Germany in the driving seat as 25 out of 27 EU nations sign up to a pact for stricter budget discipline. Only Britain and the Czech Republic stand outside. The mechanism will impose semi-automatic sanctions on countries which break deficit limits. The latest summit in Brussels cements German Chancellor Merkel's political domination of the EU. ECB President Mario Draghi hailed the accord as the first step to a fiscal union and insists it'll strengthen confidence in the euro area. The crisis, though, far from solved. Greece has still to reach agreement with its private sector bondholders. Eurogroup chief Jean-Claude Juncker says a deal is possible by the end of the week, but the economic health of Spain, and in particular Portugal, remains highly uncertain. Other news, BSkyB announcing a new internet TV service along with strong first half results. Revenues up 6% to £3.4 billion. Profit up 1.6% to £601 million. The group says it's seeing strong customer loyalty in a tough climate, with the rate of customer dropouts at 9.6%. One other result, Europe's largest bank Santander's full-year profit in 2011 falls by more than a third to €5.4 billion. Let's get out to Louise Cooper, BGC Capital Markets, to talk about all of this. Morning to you, Louise. Obviously, the summit story is the big one of the day. Just for the market, weigh that up for us against these disappointing earnings we're seeing.
To be honest, the rally we've seen in both equity and credit markets year to date is all to do with the European Central Bank's three-year financing operations, the LTRO. The fundamentals continue to be very dire, and the news flow continues to be unremittingly negative. But if the ECB throws a load of liquidity at the markets, then they'll go up, and that's what it's all about. Equity markets in Europe expected to open higher this morning, have opened a little higher this morning, ignoring Brussels, I'm afraid.
Yeah, all right. BSkyB, are you impressed with these numbers? A lot of people say this is almost the last hurrah for BSkyB.
Yeah, very solid numbers, as you said. Earnings for Intrex tax, EBITDA up 14% to 772 million. Strong sales growth up 6% for the first time ever. They've got 3 million households now signed up to broadband, telephony and TV. That's the three main services they offer. That is their plan, to increase average revenue per subscriber by bringing more subscribers onto all three tariffs, so that is working well. However, the big issue for BSkyB is how long can it contain its strategic positioning with the onslaught of competition from Netflix and Love Film, the whole idea of internet TV, and that's probably why today they've announced their own internet TV offering.
All right, quick word on Santander as well. Overall, these are disappointing numbers. I mean, the UK profit was particularly disappointing.
If you look at the headline number, it does look very bad, 5.35 billion net income, whereas analysts had been expected over 7 billion. But a lot of it is due to a big restructuring charge, thanks to write-downs on Spanish property and also reduction in goodwill of their Portuguese business. So, to be honest, they are talking quite negatively. They're saying it's going to be a tough year for UK banking and the economic prospects have deteriorated markedly. But a lot of the big hit to the top-line profit number is due to this restructuring charge, and many could actually say that could be a more realistic acknowledgement of some of the problems in their business, which is what we're asking. A lot of people in the city are asking for from these banks. Please make the write-down so we can have more confidence in your balance sheet and in your economic and in your earnings releases.
Okay, Louise, thanks a lot. World news on Reuters this morning. China loses an appeal at the WTO in a case on restriction of raw material exports. The ruling could make it harder for major commodity exporters to withhold supplies on global markets. And Republican hopeful Mitt Romney has a commanding lead going into the Florida primary. His rival Newt Gingrich trails 14 points behind in the opinion polls. Starbucks is extending its drive for world domination with a push into India. Reuters' Tara Joseph in Hong Kong has the story for us.
Yes, Axel, so much for a nation of tea drinkers. Starbucks on its way into one of the most populous countries on the planet. And India's also got a fast number of wealthy consumers adding to its mix. Starbucks plans to open 50 stores by the end of the year through a tie-up with India's top business group, Tata. It's going into India a year later than intended, but its chances of success are high. Starbucks follows an array of U.S. fast food chains pushing into the subcontinent. Pizza Hut, McDonald's, just a few, which have satisfied consumers and are opening new stores across India. Yum Brands, which runs KFC and Pizza Hut, says it plans to open 1,000 new outlets in India over the next 5 years alone. So, Axel, if you're in the mood for pizza tonight, maybe you should head to Mumbai or to Delhi. Back to you.
All right, Tara, thanks a lot. Top stories trending from Reuters.com on Twitter right now. That inevitable story about the EU and the growth and austerity conundrum. A UN report out last night warns the world is running out of time to make sure there's enough food, water and energy to meet the needs of a rapidly growing population. And street battles raging in Amman as Assad's troops fight back against the rebels in the capital's suburbs. That is it for now. I'm going to leave you with our pick of the day. You're going to like this one. Contestants waiting backstage to take part in the Miss Brazil plus-size beauty contest in Sao Paulo. One entrant obviously likes what she sees. Here she is taking a picture of herself on her mobile phone. I'm Axel Threlfall. This is Reuters.